Doug Peterson, Minnesota Farmers Union president, with us in Washington, D.C. And Doug, you're here with farmers. What are the big issues that you've been talking about this week?
Well, we're going to talk about trade, country of origin labeling, RFS. There's some issues on hoof and mouth disease with importation of fresh beef from Argentina. Those are the big issues, but the TPT, Trans-Pacific Partnership, that is another issue that we've been talking about our Congress people and our senators with. So we'll meet our congressional delegation, our two senators, Klobuchar and Franken, and we'll also have a event at the White House also.
The RFS, what do you expect to have happen there?
Well, according to Congressman Peterson and with people that we met yesterday from the EPA, it looks like they're moving back to the 15%. It looks like they actually are now admitting they made a mistake on the issue of renewable fuels, and that mistake surrounded the availability of cellulosic ethanol with the push for more cellulosic without having the first generation. The research and, frankly, the ethanol plants weren't geared up to do the second generation, so the first generation suffered. And we got to get back to that 15%.
Congressman Peterson doesn't sound too happy with the EPA on the waters of the U.S. proposal. You're not very happy with that.
Well,
either.
It's a definition thing. The issue that we have is northwestern Minnesota, the nexus and case-by-case situations, so they pretty much can write a blank check. I questioned the counsel for the EPA yesterday at the White House pointedly about the fact that the Corps of Engineers has really the final say over even the EPA. And I related with him the issues that we have with permitting from the Corps, and farmers are actually afraid to ask the Corps for a permit because, number one, they never get it, and number two, it's taking over a year. So the drag on case-by-case basis with EPA and WOTUS and the Corps of Engineers doesn't make for very good, even when people are doing good practices. I mean, there are, 52 practices that are already exempt, but if you go ahead and ask the Corps, you might have some trouble. So we need to have that defined, but the bottom line on WOTUS is it will be in the courts, and courts will make the decision because of what happened with the injunction. The North Dakota judge was asked to include other states. He refused to do that, so the injunction will be in those 13 states, but the other states that didn't join into the court, that WOTUS is going forward.
All right, Doug Peterson with us. We're in Washington, D.C. on the Linder Farm Network.